Alright, today I'm gonna be looking at a video called Everything You Need to Know About Heroes United Tycoon. Now, if you've seen my previous video on Heroes United, you'll know that I was kind of wondering where it went. There was like a little bit of a dark period where we wasn't getting updates, but they finally dropped a little 13-minute video on Heroes United Tycoon, which is like their new project that they're using to fund for the actual Heroes United game. And one thing about Idle Studios and all their people on their dev team and stuff is when they make like a a game to fund for a different game or a cash grab or whatever you want to call it, um, they always make sure to keep it fun and engaging, even if it's like not their main project. They put their time and effort into making every game that they put out. So yeah, that's why I'm still hopeful, even if this isn't the main game, I'm still be supporting it.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Main, and today we're gonna be talking some Heroes United Tycoon.
Heroes United
Yes, sir.
Tycoon little logo, pretty cool. Got the Captain America, the Green Lantern, all
Title is
that
probably something
stuff.
like everything you need to know about Heroes United Tycoon. I don't really know. I haven't thought of a title name yet,
But it's probably gonna be something like that because I sound good in my head right now.
Now I'm not gonna be showing too much. I probably just have like some old Heroes United gameplay in the background, maybe some random Roblox game. I really don't know. But I'm not gonna be like actually physically showing you guys all the things I'm going to be talking about. But I do want to give you guys a little bit more details of what to expect. Incoming sneak peeks and incoming gameplay, and actually when you play the game, Heroes United Tycoon. So
I mean, I don't think I need to see gameplay. I don't know if I'm just. I mean, it would be cool to see, but I think I'm speaking for all of us IO Studio fans. They make quality. They make quality voice crack of doom. Great heavens. Yeah, we're not commenting on that. Anyways, and I lost my whole train of thought. Oh my god. Oh yeah, they pump out quality stuff. I don't need proof. I know they could cook.
we're gonna talk about majority of everything. I won't go into great detail of everything, but we will cover it mainly, the majority. And then yeah, I'm not gonna ramble because I don't know how long this video is, so let's just get straight to it. You know what I'm saying? Let's not waste no more y'all time. I know y'all got like low attention span. Hey, we'll leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff, because it helps get the video out there so more people can see Heroes United Tycoon, the game.
Lock in, huh?
Yeah, look, y'all know what it is. Go ahead and rub that like for me, your boy. I would appreciate that. If you guys have any more questions, leave them down in the comment section. I'll be answering a lot of stuff. So let's first get into it. The tycoons. So as you guys have seen, if you guys seen like in our TikToks and stuff we post in Discord, our tycoons aren't going to be your standard run-of-the-mill tycoons. Every tycoon is going to be thematic, and they're going to be like well made. They're not going to be just those regular little box tycoons that you see like in every single game. As you guys saw so far, we've shown the Avengers Towers, our own rendition of Avengers Towers, and we also showed I can't remember the actual name of it, but I'm gonna call it the Darkhold Castle.
That's pretty cool. They're gonna be tying in like the structures from like the actual shows or comic books, whatever. They're gonna be showing, or the buildings are gonna they're gonna be like a part of whatever media your character is from. So like they said, Avengers Tower. I'm not really sure where the Darkhold Tower is from, but like for example, if they make a Teen Titans Tycoon, they're gonna have a Teen Titans Tower, just to make it that much more immersive.
I think it starts with W. Our mind's going blank, but you guys know the Darkhold Castle, and each tycoon not only is going to like be detailed and have all type of stuff in it. Each tycoon comes with its own like unique powers that it's going to have. So for example, in the Avengers Tycoon, you can get Captain America, or you can get Iron Man, or you can get Thor, or you can get Hawkeye. You got all these different characters you can get multiple abilities from tycoon. So you're not just getting one power. You're gonna be able to like unlock multiple powers in tycoon, as well as
the idea of multiple powers is pretty cool because as you can see, like they have like a lot of different abilities for each character. So if all these abilities are gonna be like available to you, you're gonna be able to like what's it called? You're gonna be able to try out a lot of stuff and have a lot of fun with just one tycoon.
um, their abilities, and each character's gonna have like 4 or 5 abilities. Generally, like 4 abilities and like a movement ability, depending on the character. That's generally how it's functioned, but around like 4 to 5 abilities. Um, and that's you're also gonna be able to progress those tycoons. So there's gonna be a leveling system with tycoon. It's gonna be able to lock no more future characters. There's gonna
Leveling system, okay. I don't mind a little leveling system. Might be like some characters or some upgrades locked behind some levels.
be a prestige system to to garner. You're gonna get more gold, unlock more levels, unlock more characters, all these more features for your tycoon, as well as tycoon progress is going to save. So there's gonna be plenty of things to actually progress.
Ooh, tycoon progress saving. I assume he didn't mean like when you would prestige your progress would save, but like if you get off of the max base, you're getting on your base's max. But one thing is like if I go from an Avengers tycoon and I prestige, and I go to like I don't know some DC tycoon, Justice League, am I gonna keep my prestiges or are the prestiges like tied to the tycoon specifically? I'm not really sure. Maybe he'll explain it here.
Switch your tycoon compared to just a little box tycoon, and it's actually going to look nice. And like I said, there's going to be many different types of tycoons, different ways to unlock other tycoons. Like I said, not only do, like I said, the 2 I've named, we're gonna have like the Watchtower, for example, with the Justice League.
Ooh, different ways to unlock other tycoons seems pretty interesting. Maybe if you like prestige from the Avengers tycoon, you could get like I don't know, a better Avengers tycoon with like characters that are more progressed, like different stage of Captain America where he's stronger or something. I don't know. Or like maybe you could start out with like yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work, but like different stages to your tycoon gives a decent amount of replayability. So yeah, I'm all for it.
Or, I don't want to get too much because I don't know what we're gonna have. But like, for example, we can have like Spider Society with all like the Spider-Verse characters. That's how it's going to work in our game. That's how the tycoons are gonna work. It's gonna be like full progression systems and leveling systems.
Are y'all messing with the Spider Society? I mean, like, I don't really keep up with the Spider, uh, Spider-Man stuff. But isn't it just gonna be like, aren't they all gonna be pretty similar other than like Miles and regular Spider-Man?
Stuff for you like to work towards and unlock which tycoon as you unlock more characters and more powers. So let's talk about movement. You already confirmed movement. There will be multiple movements in the game. They're generally going to be locked to like the power that you get, but there is going to be certain ways you can like mix and match. But we'll get more into that when we fully decide all the ins and outs of that. So for example, we're going to have web swinging. We're going to have flight. We're going to have super speed.
Makes sense. We are all using super speed, by the way. Flash best superhero without a doubt. We are all using super speed.
But as you guys saw up in the Discord, talking about stuff like acrobatics and grappling and gliders and all these different type of things. There's gonna be many sources of movement in the game.
I hope. Okay. I hope they have an in-depth super speed. Like Flash, he's able to run up walls and stuff. I better not just be like running out the streets. Like let me run up a building or something, or run down the building. That's one thing that like even Flash-centered games forget to add. Like man, they don't even be letting me run up the walls. I hope they let me do that in this tycoon here.
Now one thing in this game, there's gonna be like some form of a stamina system for your movement, and like when you're out of combat, so there's gonna be combat tagging. It's not gonna be like a heavy combat tag, like you can get punished for it, but we are gonna have movement in combat. When we talk about combat next, there's gonna be movement in combat. So, matter of fact, let's just transition to that. Like I said, there's gonna be movement, plenty of movements for you guys to use for it, and we're gonna be adding more movements as the game come along. So expect improvements and updates to our current movement system as the game grows. And yeah, we'll be looking for you guys' feedback on improve and add more in the future. So let's talk about combat. So if you guys if you guys seen Heroes United was like more of like a mid-paced combat. You had the blocking, the stun combat, you had like perfect blocking, you had aerial down
Not too
slams,
fast, not too slow.
you had hyper armor, super armor. There's a lot of like, and you had like,
A lot of little combat mechanics.
You can like dodge,
He
dodge,
is
and
cooking
while
with this
stunned.
Iron
There's
Man.
like a bunch of
Oh
different
my
like,
gosh.
levels to the combat. Heroes Unite Tycoon is going to be several steps like more simple. It's a very, very simplified combat. There's going to be stun combat. It's going to be like, 4 to 5 hit stun combat, but there's going to be no blocking in the game. So it's not very M1 reliant. This game is definitely more, friendly for, controller and mobile players. We will talk about support in a little bit more later in the video.
I mean, I don't mind. You can still get down without being able to block. I mean, as long as there's, like, if I could combo, I'm good.
It's going to be mobile and console support, so it's going to be more catered to that. So it's going to be a little lighthearted, but it is still going to be combos.
Okay, I'm good.
There's going to be any air combos. Like I said, you can use movement while in combat. So I can show you guys an example of like Iron Man. So you could take Iron Man, for example, and you can use his skills while flying in the air. Now you only be able to temporarily fly like when you're in combat. Your stamina bar is gonna drain really, really fast. So like if you,
so I'd be able to
activate your flight and try to use your pulsar or anything like that, it's gonna drain really fast. You're not gonna be able to stay in the air forever, and if you get hit, you're gonna get knocked out. Same way with flight, not same way with I don't really know how super speed. I'm gonna do super speed and skills. Some movements will not be. Now I'm thinking about some movements will not be able to be used in combat. Well, I have skills active, like, so you can't, even with flight, you can't use every single skill. Like, let's say except you have flight with Captain America.
Make sure that people don't
right now,
like air cheesing with certain
flight. There's
builds.
There's gonna be like a white list of certain skills that can be used with flight.
It's a
and
bit
it's
more
gonna go along
too.
with all the other movements. There's gonna be certain skills that you can use while that movement type is active. But yeah, like I said, it's gonna be a lot faster paced. It's gonna be a lot more dodging, a lot more jumping. There's double jumping in the game. There's movement. It's gonna be a lot more catered to like hitting skill shots. There's still gonna be combos you can pull off and everything like that. And you still can get some nice M1 strings. It's just not gonna be a lot of like the block trade, the M1 block trading and super sweaty like that. It's gonna be a lot more casual, a lot more fun. So mobile players, so console players.
I'm indifferent about that. I don't really care if there's blocking or not. To be honest, it doesn't really matter to me either way. M1 trading isn't like something that's required for me to enjoy a game's combat.
And it's just like a more relaxed. When we get back to Heroes United, that's gonna be like the more detailed, the more
oh my gosh,
combat, a lot more learning, the perfect blocking, and all this type of stuff. So right now, like I said, just a lot of movement, a lot of jumping around, a lot of dashing, and a lot of just hitting your skills. That's the bulk of the combat. So, if you guys seen a little bit, we're gonna have events in the game. So there's gonna be all types of different types of events.
That's cool. There's stuff to do.
Villains and heroes. You can have thugs. There's different types of thugs. You have thugs that can spawn. They can attack cops. All these different types of events. We're gonna have mini bosses in the game. These can be heroes or villains that are attacking the city for whatever reason that you can get, that you can unlock things from them.
That's pretty cool. You
there's gonna be raid bosses as well, yes sir. And these events like spawn on like different timers. Some of these will take you away. We're thinking about adding.
They're really making sure there's always something to do.
Not like transport you to like another area, like
different events and stuff.
Like maybe things like a different like place, and like having like this whole big shebang type of events. But those will be a little bit later on. But for now,
so
it's gonna be like just
on the map with the tycoons and stuff. You might be able to go to a whole different area and do like a mission. It's pretty also pretty cool. Like, yeah, they're definitely making sure that there's a lot of content and stuff to do in the game. I like
a bunch of like different like bandits and maybe do time trials. It's like a bunch of different events that pop up in the world that you can interact with. These are gonna help you gain more money. It's gonna help you gain levels on your tycoon. This is gonna help you prestige faster on your tycoon, unlock more powers and different things like that. So plenty of events, plenty of different mob and enemy types to fight. Just just have one fly around, kill some enemies, fight some bosses, and yeah, just have a good time. Now let's talk about like some of the extra things in the game. And none of these things I will be going into great details on, but I do want to hint at them for future things. So we're gonna have a thing called the Collector, and in the Collector, you are going to be able to go to this place and basically collect different powers and items and things of that nature. So you can get like your different weapons that you can use. You can get extra abilities. So like I said, your character's power is gonna be able to get up to 4 to 5.
Okay, so one thing is like, where am I gonna be getting these other abilities? Are they like tied to my tycoon? If they're not tied to that tycoon, that's pretty cool. You can have like your set abilities that you have with the tycoon, and then maybe like some drops from the different events they was talking about.
Abilities, but the collectors are going to be able to get 5 abilities as well. So you'll be able to have a total of 10 abilities, and you can mix and match, and just got to like remove different tools and stuff like that. So you only have a total of 10 at a given time. 5 tycoon powers and 5 collector powers, and these can range from all different type of things, from some like think about someone like our gift this we have. Like some of those type of abilities are gonna be over there. There's gonna be boss drop
like
weapons you can get that can get from there. That can like let's say this for example, you can get like Gambit staff. And if you unlock Gambit staff, you get the collector. You collect this power. It's gonna count on your tools. But when you pull out Gambit staff, you get multiple abilities. There's gonna be all different types of things in the collector that you can use to enhance your build.
Ooh, you know, it'd be interesting if they have like these boss drops that like benefit more off of being like a part of certain characters. So like, for example, if you get, I don't know, Stormbreaker, everybody can use Stormbreaker, but then like if Thor has it, then it gets like extra moves, or it has like some lightning effect or something. I don't know.
It's helping you PvP, all those different type of things. It's gonna be a ton of stuff. Like I said, we'll go more into that when we show that. But the collector's place is gonna have a lot of different things for you to collect. We're also gonna have a companion sidekick system. I'm not going too much details in that just yet, but just know we cooking up with the companion sidekick system. That's gonna be a fun system. Y'all gotta look out for that sneak peek. Y'all are gonna like this sidekick system. Like it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So be on the lookout for that. That's gonna be a fun thing we're gonna have. That's gonna be something unique that you can have to your tycoon and to your character. Another thing that's gonna be like a base rating system. Like I said, I'm not going too much details.
Base rating. Okay, base rating is pretty interesting. See, now that's what I like to hear right there. They got a little bit more. They get the little PVE events where they like the cities get attacked, and they got the PvP. We could go raid, I don't know, some enemy base for whatever rewards or currencies.
How to defend your base. Good luck, you know what I'm saying? Because there's punishment for not being able to defend your base. So like, you can't just leave your base and not go over and protect it. I ain't going too much details. Y'all gotta look out for the sneak peek when we show the base rating.
Man, you already know. You already know that we are going invisible outside someone's base, door camping, waiting for them to go to an event, and I'm stealing all their stuff, whatever their stuff might be.
That's gonna be a fun thing for you to interact with, and maybe you can raise somebody else. But I don't know. I don't really know. You gonna have to find out when we see what we add to it. You know, you gonna have to just see. But that's gonna be another feature in the game. I was asked about the skin system. That's undecided yet. We're gonna eventually probably add some skin system. I can't promise that on release. We don't really know how we want to implement it just yet. But I can't promise you a skin system, but there's a good chance there will be a skin system eventually in the game. Right now, that's not a priority to have a skin system in the game. Like Heroes United had it, obviously, but it's not a big priority for us to have. But it's something we will most likely have. I just don't know how and when it will be implemented. It could make it before release. I just can't make no promises for you guys just yet.
Back at the dumpster.
But yeah, I think that's about it. As I said before, it's going to be supported by mobile and console. That is the plan. Now, if we run into any issues that prevent Roblox from making changes to like that compatibility system, so if we run into any issues that hinder us from not having it on release, we will communicate that. But for right now, we're going to have that. Other than that, I think I covered the main stuff. If you guys have any additional questions that I didn't answer, that you may want to have, we are willing to share it. I will answer questions down in the comment section. Otherwise, that's about it. Stay on the lookout for more sneaks that will be coming soon. We will be back to that soon. Right now, we're trying to work on developing, getting the game out. No release date just yet. Nobody's gonna ask that. We don't have no release date yet. When we get closer to feeling like we're ready to, when we know
I just hope it drops. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I just hope it drops this year, bro. Cause I don't know about y'all, but like, man, I don't got no games to play, bro. If it could drop sometime this year, probably not gonna be this summer, but if it drops sometime this year, I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be playing. Um, but yeah, bro, we in a big drought. This is just like a pretty decent opportunity to drop a game, make some money. That's all I'm saying. But at the same time, they shouldn't rush their game, so they should definitely be taking their time.
We will start dropping that type of information. But until then, hope you guys enjoy. Be on the lookout for Heroes United Tycoon. Coming soon. I'm out. Peace.
All right, that's it. If you want the Discord, so you can check out the sneaks. I'll probably have that below. If you want to check out the video, there's the name. Um, but yeah, that's Heroes United Tycoon. That's kind of like their new project to fund for the big project. But yeah, that's kind of about it. See ya.